NDC amanyoko no aba ede nchemu aba betudwa efa NDC amanyoko no de nchemu aba betudwa afa viral video NDC amanyoko no ede nchemu aba efa viral video abusuafo na wotwe mu ebebotodwa na Felix Efree Ankra ene impanyimfo bomo NDC amanyoko ni ensekuta kofana elsewhere na omunchemu ni chemu ana after 2020 before 2020 election no. Now the question is, before 2020 election say National Democratic Congress NDC amanyoko no emumpanyimfo take such oath mpona yesterday na angaza no, there were leaked information from their camp and also they lost the election. Then I just said there is trust in NDC. Asemi na omahene ene obi atnaso ene ewie ya omudi munchi ma wa betodwa se de said ye oman no adonkene ede ye kono ano ya ye din is about time e wo say ye dey enan esi form jebrena yenje asemni nchemu mfi omahene ho embra.
The levels of bitterness in this country, the levels of apathy in this country, propaganda and mischief a war my way. The levels of I don't care again. And then who said General Secretary of NDC who differently say Obi ko swear oath. Now say I want a party more. Now no say I don't know, I don't know, say you be how.
Sure. General Secretary
of the General Secretary chairman no.
General Mosquito.
Yeah, me so akasa. E kwan bi so no. Wo hwe examples of the man ohene kotira kunwa so oswe. Ejo no so do. Remember? Or the crime is too amount. But the crap pan say the NDC and its members should be worried if this is a defense of a national chairman of the party. It tells you that even within the party, trust even within the party, trust
if there is the level of mistrust within.
I don't think I'm catch yourself. Now that I'm better after carefully listening to why that initiative was taken, I realized that trust continues to be a major challenge in our body politics and in the NDC, as confirmed by what the national
chairman is saying.
See, your bobra could do some pen so we are. Now you intimate G and Hundi. So don't cool to say multimedia. Now multimedia, we are privileged to be part of management. Near catch us away a classified meeting never have. It's a new concept a twabon team baby. Now no say Gideon multimedia na woman. When to me and Tiasa say a yakwenya multimedia the monti kwano nareka. Now the tutua bontia. Open multimedia here.
Now I was say could do level after was multimedia Emma Obabi sign.
Exactly.
And what's the meeting? It's worrying.
Four shots here who say you are not entering 2024 elections with mistrust. Because how do we trust you? If trust is now a major problem in the NDC itself, it was clear that there were a lot of compromises. It was very clear. So the NDC should be worried that this is the level that you will be accepted as a true NDC member here. Then is a recipe for a bigger challenge ahead of you. Bigger challenge. In the midst of all this swearing, Obi, you read it, you saw it, it was visible that most or reasonable percentage of them are money, and Omoko supervise a lot of things. They compromised. So it means that because more party for no binomo imponte and amunji mochi sharing a day. That's what it means. So we do a GDM papa so we NDC near. Only no suno buy no BB. I said there this you drink, you dance, you bath NDC. No matter the circumstances. Ubetimni komna santia you free akokanya mieni so. But anything NDC no any kwase tabonti you are not ready for it to come out. But NDC for your meeting kwa no mo ankasa.
Ede true.
You mo ye no mo ankasa. Esumasidwa no mo ankasa e piad as a Jubilee House.
But sometimes on man and not to hold brief for party executives who might probably be pushed to doing the things that you video them, you know. Because sometimes no say followers no so no say there is this disconnect between the leadership of our political parties. In the NDC, the NDC, the NDC, any followers, no, followers they are suspicious about every move of an executive member of the party. Every move. Yenya who say one MPP nibi, and that's why MPP nibi craft front up so no din come out because say, hey, me party for who me say me no wujina ha a problem. It is a me fifi a friend papa Elvis a free ankra. Yeah, a whole elections directorate ashamensa. And even before say me start here Juma no, say the ene ohwe omanebo amade ya na amanfo kaka kan sem na omanebo ama na untimi nya adwuma na hwan inti with that pressure no, if you know yourself and you want to say Charlie, my fidelity as an individual is to the NDC. Say when I'm a party for mubeji media mame so men konkonkoye but omoye we na fe ba be accepted in the party. That's where the problem is, because you see say a constituency executive na ekoye meeting I was say yes polling station for I was say yes I think in the midst there should be a way to fix this problem.
All these swearings
omo
meetings I said leakage saba
eba
in the midst of all this,
and when would you know Oman say ka swearing in pose ebia okay wo som den mafa wafa ba said you court you do box ni mo ofa ni aka say bia o swear on ade a we believe in say dia wo be kana no kre eno no kre na ba to go to the extent say o the first born that was an extreme.
That is the point I'm saying. So it's a bigger challenge for the party.
Extreme.
They should deal with it.
Extreme.
If indeed you want the NDC to win power come 2024 elections. Now, upon the day that we no over says your machi and Marco Kone over Hunu so no TV no abana for Bebusa say one hunu so with ya. Say I told you that is maybe position I'm say once you it's a play you anymore. So we are NDC, you know. Do what is expected of you as an NDC member, not for us to go to this extent. That made my backline. How? Now my backline no. Osim say NDC. Because even as an MPP or an NDC person of higher profile, unya guarantee say our backline or be a part of all
party.
That's why Muslims. Key Muslim family, the money be diverted. Key Christian family, the money be diverted Muslim. So why do you do generational something without the consent of because why?
Because I will not feel.
And you know the confusion that can come in our various homes now because our crony of age know who said this is what the father did without his consent.
Let me also add, say the video in circulation, I said I can last Wednesday, 2020 before the elections.
And our understanding of politics, no be. Because it has always been for the few, no?
Yeah.
And then I'm any brainy yaw any stakes because say the uniqueness of this election and our elections, no, yam protecting yam preserve. The stakes are high. The stakes are high. The stakes are high. No, another level altogether.
That's true.
So you should be ashamed if you're an NDC member. You should be worried if you're an NDC member. And I'm a party. Now your own party, your kingdom, no rule over it. Party, but we are not actively members of it. But you're stakeholders because NDC.
That's true.
So we should be somewhere somehow very much interested in it. Now when you say your party there, the manifesto ni brese, you're subject to scrutiny. And only NDC for that much of manifesto. Most of the NDC kingdom, more rule more. So to the point, I say,
I get you.
Yes,
I get you.
So a distinct one here is that Baumia, His Excellency, is the Vice President of Mother Ghana, but or a leader of the MPP. Me fa no ne Sabia Obrasim ne MPP akwa leader, but or a Vice President. And you tell me now kwanya meja ka say, your Vice President otu kwan without ambulance. Your Vice President otu kwan ni CAT, police and military break it down. Your Vice President ogusu rent cars. And the crowd no dey back. Yeah, Vice President or the drivers, no, a bit of inexperienced convoy drivers. And yes, a wicked chief of staff, Ga East, MC, or no, and you shouldn't boss idea for no any personal interest. no money person for money to obu amanfo fie. That is the system we operate. Dan Metra catch say we have a weaker chief of staff office. If you look at Ga East MC Subai order an idea.
Ga East MC
Kiki be japade. We need locus. And the evidence that is coming is beyond locus no crowd, you know. And you have a chief of staff. We have Dr. Nana Atuata. We have Dan Boche. All of them looking on helplessly. We have the Greater Accra Regional Minister.
I say MC, you know, Akobu Obi Danyagu.
I say, on my ultima, 8 years. MC for no NDC for no assistant MC Omokwada MC ebi wo MC ewu ebi wo MC at the end and no be 3 pen young ministers ne kraso young ministers ne so that is the problem. Our levels of impunity, especially public office holders in this administration, onwa for the boss asem onwa and the rules and regulations of this country onwa nkasa Ghana ya poni ade fia bi ho dia man say on fendi djuma nyina Ghana name through the president onwa ya ne boss ade na obi ehwe no onwa Ga East MC no onwa ya ne boss ade na obi ehwe no until say dogo bi no abe. And the system of godfatherism and the godmotherism no say and cancel no
na nipa no echo build illegal place.
Why illegal place? Me see the documents that I have to the extent of even text message between oni nipa na nkasa
MC
yes.
nipa no
Compromise positions in this country. Everybody is compromising. It's no crasa.
Say why anye say am
na Oto say friend baby a say minim so oni na nado ahobrasim anebia didi bom dia onko
MC
I'm telling you Ga East MC no
Ga East ya hwan ya e wona working way
you know
ayoba
Elizabeth was the end of minim Yobi what should no more your man way more. That's why sometimes you are worried as if we don't have a clear leader leading this country. Opposition force because they are saying that baby I go there baby I go gatem do baby I go there obi ye go gatem do
hey Ga East
I'm telling you with impunity so na krobia adwanto ahyemu mabia no say you e krobia adwanto ahyemu ma no yemfa mra ne new ekura do you know who I am the operative first not the laws of the land. Do you call Covenant and just say that? Do you know who I am? Who am I? You are so limited as a human being. And you too many kids to have your mind upon him with the amount. And I keep telling people with authority that, and no, and then the officer who was true. You won't be paying. You won't be paying. And then the officer who will be mad. Another okofa kwai but e can say apentu anabode ebunu ba acha bosumi e be te say de kosu acha now ko yakreku. It when people get certain opportunities and privileges no be I say yanko eti if you say obi ani Ghana ha obetimi ya 10 times what we are doing obi ani Ghana obetimi say it any buo any opepa and all the year Jumano.
You see a friend, no Elizabeth Kaki Man. Elizabeth Kaki Man. Ga East
so the chief of staff, Dr. Nana Atuata, engineer, the regional minister, they should go into this matter, and I can finish them
with all
the needed information. Why? Always doing it. Because your man paying for the day. Oma bro. Inti mi wudi enjo omo engage people. They can't put them to order. But report e ko mu nyina hoyi. Enye papa. Obere man paying 1 year on one.
Sure.
Uba bo water sa so nyom fom so.
Asempa FM.
Because the people that you trust now wo omo twa wachia no. Omo wo de omo kwa na ku wasi say damn. Come. And no be my citizens in Chelsea. Yeah, kasa nyina so no. Ye o man mu for no. Ye wo a certain level of responsibility.
Yeah.
Aban beko ministers be change, ministers be ba. But ye o man mu for no.
Yeah, yeah.
No matter what we do, the compromises is becoming too much money.
Interest levels.
Too much money.
Interest levels.
Too much money. And I'm saying that some of my interest needs to supersede the national interest, the Ghana factor now. Cost 90. Because you can never grow a bro and make sure say Coco and a mankeni and a bakuta. Oh, say war stand chat. My promoter bank bank in the edgema. CBG near a bako and Jeffrey say
a very example.
SG. Oh, say war CBG. And Kasame Koji market Subanam Koji Musao SGSS. It's not done. So we cannot continue. Emphasis. You cannot report to work at 10 a.m. as a public service person and close at 1 and scream that Ghana yedin. So the issue is not just about changing of political parties and positions. It's about the mentality renewal and attitude. Very key.
It's true.
Very, very key. And ever seen the Food and Drugs Authority, the Standard Authority, whichever they show us. Dominic Guy, no, they say, Dawon now, you didn't know, or can't a for no, Alabasta, if I say, need no, Dawona, or Kumai too much, as for us, consumers, or I think, as he is Shano, or Kumai too much, but Ghana, we don't pay attention to those things. I said, Papa, Obesu, if I say, Kofi Kapito, is on a young baby, or coffee. So what I say?
Consumer Protection Agency.
Very important unit. Dawona.
Yeah.
He's been consistent.
They know what news.
Yes, he's been very consistent. Okofa Malcolm for it should be by. And now Okofa no money no but so slim fit and a slim fit. Sense you know. Slim fit and a
I've
slim
seen
fit.
it. Who's a company na issue statement?
Company na issue statement. But the other one here, the point is that Baku ha onuma I know skirmishes be.
And now Omu use the same brand name.
Baku SLEM, Baku SLIM. And if you follow the conversation with Ninoy Dona,
then Mum putting on the line.
Who say we have a lot of issues in this country. A call unaddressed. Now fun wedding. A call on that's what be me one number to they be a catch us in as much as maybe Food and Drugs Authority for Abasu. You have more capacity, more. No more find certain checks because any people buy I'm not frozen chicken. No more the normal since I'm not a muja san. Now I should free Jimo or say fresh chicken. Missy, this is the country that we are living in. This is the country that you are living in. Be compromised. Bibia na tabia me kan na wo fi se me dwa amanfo asum na obi enyo ya ana enya wanwa se me met me wie school pa 1989-90 Kumasi Accra road besin
yentimi nye how much more tax credit to Accra?
Can you imagine
tax credit to Cape Coast?
I mean, how do we develop as a people in the country?
Because unim say
how
no matter how you look at La Côte d'Ivoire in the ocean reporter Ghana for journalist called Côte d'Ivoire and when I read something on the Facebook page of Sadiq Obama say one thing that stands out in La Côte d'Ivoire and you wrote a link in the major cities in Hw3 Abidjan Eko Yamoussoukro in your man Ochiremu a 3 lanes wa at the Musa says Côte d'Ivoire nyakra and your route and I say asphalt no said the TNE and you can have your issues about Côte d'Ivoire, and of course, I mean there are issues in there, but they've tried to fix a particular way in the system. Your trunk roads now, your major highways now, 3 lane, double lane, it's
but that's why sometimes
it's on pad now.
Because my proximity to the road minister, and I mean how the effort are open to in. Sometimes it amazes me.
Asempa FM.
It amazes me. It is from 89 to 2000 and 2024. We have not been able to complete Accra Kumasi as a country because our approach has always been partisan approach instead of a national approach.
Obia send me SMC in a picture.
Oh, now with the picture that's all. The institutions must work.